And here we see rating favourite Fabiano Caruana. Well, on the live rating list, he's just dropped out of the 2,800 rating, so he's looking perhaps to start winning some points, get back there. I mean, how much does rating matter to these players, Danya?
Honestly, I mean, at this point, I feel like every time I check, there's like 3 different players in the 2,800 club. Now it's, Magnus and Hikaru.
And if we rewind, maybe just to show everyone how we got here, it's still an interesting decision. So c4, e6, Alexey Sarana. When I've actually once been in the position that Alexey has been in, playing black against Caruana, and I remember at my computer when I was preparing, I was like, well, how do you prepare against a player who plays everything and who knows everything?
Yep.
And then in the end, I gambled and I thought he's going to play e4. He played d4, and I was like, well, there goes my preparation.
Yeah, I've been there twice. I do not recommend. And this time, Fabi chooses a Catalan, so mainline Catalan. Alexey responds with one of the most topical lines, d takes d4. And here, almost everybody in recent years has been omitting queen takes c4, which used to be kind of automatic. That line has been analyzed to exhaustion, and instead a4 has been all the rage. Very positional line here by Fabi. He's not going for the opening gill. He is going for a typical long Catalan struggle. Well, your opponent is maneuver and maneuver and maneuver and maneuver, and eventually you squeeze out a tiny advantage by move 80, which is, how they wrote the script, the Catalan script. So Fabiano still deep within his preparation, trying to take Alexey Sarana, a very dynamic player, onto uncomfortable territory. Speaking of uncomfortable territory, if we may jump to Ben Forrest Praggnanandhaa, because
actually. I know, 10 hours of blindfold chess, and blindfold is one of the hardest versions of chess there is, you know, and, well, impressive stuff there. Well, and it's nice that you have an original as well, first edition copy of, I can't remember the friend, the name has escaped me, but I'm aware of the person who went travelling with Morphy across to Europe. Which is the name?
Frederick Edge is the name of the chaperone that Morphy's father insisted. Now, when Morphy was only 21 years old, and the descriptions of their dialogue, it humanizes Morphy. You're like, transcribes Morphy going to sleep late, like their argument, and the travel, which was, of course, crazy, like 10-hour trains between, they oversleep their train in France to come to England. They confiscate Morphy's underwear. Which is insane.
Fascinating.
Yep.
And I wonder what the historians are going to write about these guys.
Well, I think they're writing the history right now. We got the time to do it while they're going back and forth.
And they certainly are going back, and they're making a lot of moves. And we saw Fabi drop the rook back to c1. He's got his eyes of just perhaps putting the knight on e3, but the problem is that there's no plan of improvement for white, and g6, such a fantastic move. He's getting ready to liquidate the pawns. There, the knight drops back. C-pawn under fire.
And, I mean, realistically, you can play a move like rook b3 and then h4. So, as you said, if you really want to get rook and knight versus rook, you can play h4. Would Fabi play that for 50 moves? Absolutely. He would give it a shot. I wouldn't give up the b5 pawn. I think if you want to trigger a draw, keep that pawn protected. And he does.
Yep.
He does.
He does. He does, and again, there's no way for white to corral the c5 pawn. He needs the whole army to work together there. And the problem is, there we see knight repeating to c4 and handshake.
5.5 hours. No, 6.5 hours of play, and frustrating for Fabiano Caruana, who such a great maneuvering game. You know, survived the tactic, won a piece for 3 pawns, but couldn't drive the point home. And let's just shout Alexey Sarana. This man is a hero to defend for at least 4 hours as he did, almost flawlessly. He basically didn't give Fabi maybe there was one concrete chance, but that is just defensive heroism. And this is what makes players in our modern era so scary. I mean, Morphy would be proud.